Bill, good morning to you. The president, starting out his day today, is participating right now in a teleconference town hall meeting in an effort to get out the vote tomorrow among people who weren't out there and did the early voting. And then he takes off in a day today that is like the closing days of the 2016 campaign, with rallies in Cleveland, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Cape Girardeau, Missouri. The president will not be back at the White House likely until well after midnight tonight. The president continues to keep what he calls the threat from illegal immigration high on the campaign radar, but also touting Friday's big economic numbers, putting him in a face-off with President Obama over who gets credit for it. First, President Trump in Chattanooga, Tennessee last night, then President Obama in Gary, Indiana. Listen here.
Who thought we would have, in just a short period, not even 2 years, the greatest economy we've ever had in the history of our country?
When you hear these Republicans bragging about, look how good the economy is, where you think that started? Somebody had to clean it up. That's what a progressive agenda did.
This campaign in many ways mirrors the 2002 midterm campaign, in which former Presidents Bush and Clinton campaigned heavily, at least in the closing days, to get out the vote. But President Trump has put more effort into the midterms than any president in memory, traveling almost every day in the past month. And the White House, not surprised that President Obama has come out with the intensity he has in the past week with so much at stake, but surprised about one thing. Listen here.
I think the biggest surprise is that they would actually try to tout the 8 years that they had as success. I can't think of one thing that they had that was successful in those 8 years that you would want to go and brag about. In fact, we've spent the last 2 years undoing and trying to fix a lot of the problems that were created by the previous administration.
A lot of enthusiasm for these midterm elections, Bill, in ways that we don't usually see in the midterm process. A lot of that, I think, is because of what's at stake and the way that President Trump has been getting people out. In fact, the RNC chairwoman, Ronna McDaniel, wanting to make sure that they squeeze absolutely every vote they possibly can out of the Republican Party, urging people to get out tomorrow and vote, because she said 200 votes could make the difference in some of these races because they are so close.
That's not a lot of wiggle room. Thank you, John Roberts from the North Lawn.